Absolutely no one can force you to inject anything into your blood, and no one can force you or your children to be vaccinated. I've avoided vaccinations, and you can too. They will threaten you with not letting your kids go to school or not get a job or anything else they can think of, but it is all, excuse us folks, it's all bullshit. However, if enough people do not speak up now, we may all indeed be forced to take in these horrible poisons. Often, all it takes to avoid vaccination is a simple form you can type up for yourself, referring to Senate Bill 942, number 3380, under title Exemption from Immunizations. And let me read that bill right now because it's really interesting. 3380. Immunization of a person shall not be required for admission to a school or other institution if the guardian, parent, or adult who has assumed responsibility for his or her custody and care in the case of a minor or the person seeking admission themselves files with the governing authority a letter or affidavit stating that such vaccination is contrary to his or her belief. The other thing you can do is go to your doctor and ask for a vaccination guarantee. Basically, what you say in this little form is that you're guaranteeing me that this vaccination will protect me and not cause any nasty side effects, or you will give me $1 million. And if the doctor refuses to sign that, you can refuse to get the vaccination. Now, even better, there's a book written by a lawyer who's done a lot in this area and has a lot of first-hand experience in circumventing vaccination laws. It's called Dangers of Compulsory Immunizations, How to Avoid Them Legally, by Tom Finn. Your best bet is also to get a copy of a little booklet called Vaccinations Do Not Protect by Eleanor McBean. Get a pen, folks. You won't find these books in Barnes & Noble. You can call 203-929-1557. That's 203-929-1557 and ask for Joe Willard, because the only place I know you can get any of the books I talked about today is from an organization called Natural Hygiene in Connecticut. That's 203-929-1557 and ask for Joe Willard. She's a wonderful woman who's done more to help free Americans from medical slavery than anyone I know in this country. The books I mentioned are not free, of course. You still have to pay. It's America. But ask Joe for the McBean book and the Tom Finn book, or even just get the McBean book, because in the McBean book are the forms that I mentioned earlier to exempt you. It'll be $4 or maybe $10 if you get both of them. You can even learn how to travel abroad without getting vaccinated, folks. Get educated and let your representatives in Congress know, and let your family doctors know that you know what's going on, because you have to protect yourself and your kids. And these people, your congressmen and doctors, may not have any clue about any of this, and it's your responsibility to educate them. Because most doctors are woefully ignorant of these things and have also, like you and me, abdicated their responsibilities for most of their life. Now, hopefully, soon I'll do a follow-up to this tape where I'll tell you how this massive fraud about viruses, diseases, and vaccinations was perpetrated, and how you have been conned into believing that germs cause disease, which, shocking as that may sound, is totally false. Germs do not cause disease, and I will get to that sometime real soon so that you can hear about that here on the show. Now, I'll also tell you a little bit of medical history in that tape, a little history that you never knew about the great fraud perpetrated by Louis Pasteur, who was a plagiarist, who was the father of the modern germ theory, and also the father of vaccinations. And that, I'm sure, will also truly surprise you. Now, folks, refuse to be poisoned, refuse to be vaccinated, educate yourself about vaccines, and just for fun, ask Joe Willard at Natural Hygiene to recommend a book on how to be healthy the rest of your life. Because if anyone in this country knows the answer to that question, she does. She's a great person. She'll love to help you out. The number there again, 203-929-1557. That's Joe Willard at Natural Hygiene. She is indisputably the best source in America for information regarding immunizations and, indeed, how to become healthy. I don't own stock in the company or anything, by the way. I know I've plugged her quite a bit, but I'm only doing that because I know that she is the best source for this kind of information, so definitely give her a call. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a pleasure, and if you only remember one thing from all you've heard tonight, please remember this. The future truly lies in your hands, so get out there, take what you've heard tonight, and do something with it. Take care.
Wonderful research, ladies and gentlemen, and a fantastic presentation by one of our agents, CAGI member Alex Loglio. and we look forward to his second installment, which will be aired on the hour of the time, concerning the theory that germs cause diseases. I hope you've learned something tonight, folks. I'm going to read you a paragraph from page 295 of my book, Behold a Pale Horse. This paragraph comes from the plan, part of the ancient plan, to conquer the world and establish a one-world totalitarian socialist government. I quote, "But you yourselves perfectly well know that to produce the possibility of the expression of such wishes by all the nations, it is indispensable to trouble in all countries the people's relations with their governments so as to utterly exhaust humanity with dissensions, hatred, struggle, envy, and even by the use of torture, by starvation, by the inoculation of diseases, by want, so that the cattle see no other issue than to take refuge in our complete sovereignty in money and in all else." Unquote. Good night, folks, and God bless you all.